Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Many have created a virtual self. You know what? There's some issue I have to address. I know most of the time my Sunday morning message is, inspirational, self-help, motivational. But I have to address this issue. Too many people have created a virtual self through social media, right? And I actually began to see this before, we got the videos and all of that, before social media got big, back in the day when it was just message boards. Like, that was the big thing, right? And when I say a virtual self, it's not necessarily a good thing. In fact, I think it's a bad thing. Because all of a sudden, you have many people who would quite frankly be invisible in the real world, right? These people would be invisible in the real world. Not much they not have going on. All of a sudden, they can get on social media and be big. And I don't mean in terms of content creators or stuff like that. But it's like often they can be the big person. They can get their avatars. They can, you got many women. And requires it's kept a few men who might use someone else's picture or something, and this person, they can be confident, they can sound like they know everything, right? And it's like they can be big because you can't verify it. You get men who can be millionaires, or they be like, yeah, I make six figures, or I get all these women who live these spectacular lives and everything. And, you can't really verify it, especially if somebody's using a screen name and an avatar. And half the time, they can be very convincing. But then their real lives don't have that same punch. They're not doing the same thing in the real world, right? And you're just like, wow, this isn't a good thing, right? Because, yes, you can get on there and all you need to do is keep up your your mobile plan, or keep your Wi-Fi on or something, and you can be this great thing. But then your real world life is falling apart. Social media, I don't think social media was meant for that. Social media was a communication and even a entertainment platform, right? And there's something good about that. But many people, they're saying, well, I can't do much in the real world. I got this job, or maybe not even have a job. Right? You get some of these trolls and stuff that be on social media. Like, do you even work? All of a sudden, it's like you can be the big man or big woman on campus. But if so many people have gotten so focused on building up their virtual self, they haven't built themselves up in the real world. This past week, there was an outage on Facebook, and that affected Instagram. I was kind of mad, too, because I was trying to get on Instagram, to do my research. I just look at the pictures for research, right? But seriously, I thought about that for a second. I was like, how many people's lives are lived through these social media platforms? How many people, their existence or the attention they get, like something like Instagram. How many people, they can take some picture and look like they living a spectacular life and everything, but their real lives don't match that. They can get some likes or everything, or they can interact with people, or they can, they can be in one of these groups or something and, be the expert, people looking up to them. Right? That messed up a lot of people. And I thought about that. I was just like, when I noticed it was down, I was like, oh, well, let me just go outside. A lot of people aren't doing that. They're not making it really happen in the real world. One of the things, and one of the reasons I do these Sunday morning simulcasts is to basically get people to live, right? To get people to live. Like, so many people are invested in their virtual selves. They're not really living. Anytime you can have a man and a woman go on a date and they spend most of their date on their smartphones, they're not even looking up. Like you going, I've seen that too. I'll be out chilling, be in a restaurant, and you know, you might see some couples or something, and both of them in their smartphone. And you know, it's really scary when they're two married people. I'm like, yeah, I could have stayed home. Y'all gonna pay money and not interact with each other? Really? That's just like, it's crazy. You know, I'm like, you missing stuff out here. There's so much to do out here. You're missing it. But many people are like that, you know. And their virtual self, you know, what happens? What happens when, you know, maybe there's some type of outage or something. Again, you know, what happens when shit? And I'm saying that, and then, you know, my social media my phone goes off. Wow. So what happens when what happens when that goes off, or when something shuts down? You know, maybe it might be a good thing, to be honest. You know, during that outage that Facebook had and Instagram had, maybe somebody had to like go out and talk to their neighbor or something. You know, maybe they actually had to focus on their workout instead of like, you know, having some cameras on. Gotta get this right angle and everything. Right? You know, maybe their virtual self needs to die. Maybe it needs to just be something where they have, maybe it just needs to be something where it's just, you know, simple enhancement or add on to their lives, but not the main thing. Right? And of course, I know this isn't everyone that does this but for the people who do, well, put down the phone sometime. Right? Put down the phone sometime. Just get out. Get out. Go for a walk. Say hi to your neighbors. Right? Build up your life. You want your own life to be so important, so fascinating, that people want to find out about your real life. They want to find out about the real interests that you have. You know, not this spectacular, super beautiful person. You know, because like I said, some people be using somebody else's picture, but maybe that person who is just so interesting. You know, they have a knowledge about something. You know, I want y'all to think about that. Right? Leave that virtual self alone. That's, you know. Heck, use your real picture or something. People might like how you really look, and not how some other fashion model looks or something. You know, they might not want to see that cartoon avatar. You know, they might want to see what you got going on. Feel your essence. All right. You know, find out about you. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I want to thank you for listening. Keep rising and transforming. Peace and blessings.